Because guys don't settle.
Guys do settle.
In my research, no, they don't. I'll tell you what guys do.
Tell me what I do that I currently saying we don't do.
You know what's crazy? It feels like it is so late in the evening. It's only 7 p.m. But like this daylight savings in winter has just got me all effed up, got me yawning at 6:45 p.m. for no reason. And I'm just like, why? Like, okay. I guess we're just starting the podcast, eh?
Okay.
A? Why you got to call me out like that?
You're good.
So we had a game night, which we haven't done in like... Actually, it hasn't been that long.
Yeah. We have them every once in a while, we have them like pretty regularly for adults, if that makes sense. Like some adults be going like months without having even seeing each other, let alone having a whole game night.
I like, if I don't go out one weekend, like I like to recuperate only one weekend out of the whole month, and then I could go out every other weekend. You know what I mean?
Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah.
But like some people like to stay home every single weekend. That ain't me.
I can stay home every weekend.
I know you
for
can.
the most part.
I know.
Well, it depends on what we're doing, and it depends on like how much you're doing.
We weren't doing that much.
If you're doing like something active in the morning, I'm cool with that. But like if it's something that's gonna take all night, just like.
So you were dreading the game night?
Oh, I was hating it.
No,
I was hating it.
Yeah, you were only hating because you kept losing.
I wanted to be out of there the moment I stepped in that place.
That is the biggest lie I've ever heard. But what I forgot what I was going to say.
Okay. One thing I was going to say, though, I'm just going to patch off.
What is that?
I don't know how boys or males in general survive without like a consultant, a female consultant, whether they be their sister or their cousin or someone that they know to go shopping with or like help with shopping advice. I could not survive.
About to express your gratitude for me right now?
Well, I was just going to say in general, but yeah, here's one of mine. This is my oh my God. You want me to give you the Heimlich remover? You good?
Oh my God.
Your eyes are turning red.
You better cut that out.
Why is it so loud? No, I'm keeping that in.
No, I look like that cat that's like...
I'll put that picture over and keep the sound.
Oh my God. I'm like sweating from that. I couldn't breathe for like 3 seconds.
Did your life flash before your eyes?
Yeah, I felt like... So we were having... I was having chips right before we started recording, and that like...
One of them just like here. One little corner got stuck there.
Yeah. I wasn't even chewing. I think it just like came out of nowhere and just flew down my esophagus.
So Sara is actually my my stylist. So whenever you see me wearing something, it's all on her.
If you like his fit, it's me.
Yeah, except for maybe the pants today. The pants were my choice, and I did get some flack for it. But you know what? I like this color. Okay, so
I have to say, I'm gonna stick with it. When I came over, his parents came up to greet me, of course, because you know. I'm the fave, even though I'm not their biological daughter. And so they noticed that Amir was wearing something different. They're like, wait, how many things did you... Because he went shopping today. Wardrobe refresh, it's winter now. So they're like, how many things did you buy? And then he starts getting like criticized for the pant choice and the sweater. They're like, wait, did you already have that sweater? And I was like, no, it's fine. And then they started like, inching closer to his bedroom to see like if he would show them the rest of his outfits. I'm like, just give us a fashion show, Like, have y'all ever done that in the past where...
I locked that door so quick. I did not want y'all seeing it.
Amir was cringing, and I was like, don't worry, I'm going to make him do it on TikTok Live later. No? But yeah, didn't you ever do fashion shows as a kid? Huh? Whenever you'd buy like Eid clothes or back to school clothes, your parents never made you do fashion shows?
I can't remember if I ever did. Oh, actually I did do it like because every time I did buy clothes.
Yeah.
I can't remember when I was a kid, but when I was older and like Gizman or Aisha would be my consultant.
Yeah.
My first consultant, I had to make changes, I fired her. But I'm like, so I know that when we would buy clothes, that's like I would do a fashion show for her to like
Wasn't she there though?
Yeah, but like you have to put the whole outfit together, right?
So now what he does, because I couldn't physically join him in the mall, so he was just sending me all the different options on WhatsApp, and he's like, just pick which one looks best.
Yeah. You know what? I feel like, I made all those choices myself, Actually, no, that's a lie too. Because I did send you pictures of the whole store, like literally like corners of the store.
He did.
I did pick a few by myself though.
You did, and then we built outfits around it. Like I was like, you could layer this with that.
Yeah. I didn't, but credit to myself because I have to give credit to myself. I did make some executive choices for myself as well. Okay,
like
so
the pants you're
it's
currently
not
wearing.
like what?
Like the pants you're currently wearing.
Yeah, and the ones I was getting flack for. But sometimes you have to just
it's funny.
Stick with your own style and try and create your own path as well.
You know what made me laugh?
What?
Both of your parents criticized you about those pants for different reasons.
What did my mom say?
She's like, again, this color? Which actually, these aren't the same color.
Yeah, these aren't the same color.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. This is the more like sophisticated version. Actually like these. These are a nice choice.
See, I made a good choice, guys. I didn't send her a picture of this one. I just,
But
surprise.
the dark green, I think, would have elevated the one that you used to wear a lot.
I was about to buy some dark greens, but they were too long. Okay, I couldn't justify.
All right, fine.
Like, when I saw that bill, when I
How
threw
much
it in.
are we talking?
I'm not gonna say it on here, but like, let's just say, okay, I went to. I don't know. No. Let's not throw out numbers here, okay?
That's not that bad, though.
Let's just say when I put that cart thing, because now they have these like fancy little automatic checkout machines where like you literally just put the bucket into this little hole and it like calculates and finds out exactly what every item inside there costs.
That's really cool. I didn't even know that.
Uniqlo has it.
I didn't even know they started doing that yet.
Yeah, and also I think Decathlon has it as well. But I did that, and it was so much in my eyes because just to give you guys like some background, I don't really like buying clothes to begin with. Like I'm not one. True. If I do, I usually buy like really really cheap stuff.
He'll buy like graphic tees, which he'll spend money
Not anymore.
for?
I haven't bought graphic tees in a long time, but just clothing in general, I'll usually go for something a little bit lower. But I'm old. I'm getting older now. Okay, I'm in my 30s. I have to upgrade. Not only
did you have to say it like that? I'm in my 30s. You're literally just 30. It's your first year of your 30s. You're still basically one. Okay, relax.
Well, first year of my 30s would be me 30, but I'm 31 now. Okay, so
technically, if you really think about it, you're like basically 11 years of an adult because you're only 11. Okay.
Okay.
You don't have that much life experience.
Sara, we all have ways of coping, but but what was I saying? Yeah, when I put that in the bucket, it was like such a high amount, like something I wasn't expecting that I thought it made a mistake. I took it out, reset it, and put it back in, and I thought it made a mistake again. So I pulled out an item and then like started counting them to see how much was. I was like, oh, this is right, and I like put one back. I was like, nah.
But okay, yeah. Let's just think about it, right? Because when you buy clothes, don't you try to justify the cost by thinking about the return on the asset or on the investment? Sorry. Like if you were to get if you're like, okay, for example, the sweater. Let's say the sweater was $50.
Yeah.
And you wear the sweater 20 times.
Yeah. Well, I don't think about it like that. I usually think of utility first. That's why sometimes I don't justify, like I can justify buying like a waterproof jacket for whatever price it is, even if it's expensive, because I walk every day and sometimes when I'm walking, it's either raining or snowing. So I'm most likely going to need at that point to keep myself dry, right? But if it's just like a sweater where maybe it's just a different color from another sweater I have, or maybe an older one I have, then I'm like a little more conflicted. You know what I'm saying? Because I already have a sweater technically. You don't really need that many sweaters. It's more for like personal. It's a want more than a need. But I need a waterproof jacket to keep myself healthy. You know what I'm saying? That's how I think about it. I feel like girls and guys think differently in that sense. Yeah. Right? But in terms of like girls and guys, this also, I think this is why there's that whole like, I guess stereotype that guys who get married, usually they upgrade their style is because their wife. I think those men specifically are just men who grew up without a sister or like without some like female influence in their life.
Agreed.
Right? Because I feel like for me, I've made my questionable fashionable choices. Fashion choices? Yeah. But for the most part, you guys kept me, held down a little bit, right? A little bit.
Yeah.
But, I wasn't like out here, wearing like full on like Dragon Ball Z t-shirts and like shorts in the middle of winter kind of guy, right? You know what I'm saying? So what? That was like in elementary school. Everyone wore those. Everyone wore the full-on graphic tee button-up shirts. You know what I'm talking about?
I was just gonna say, did you forget your face?
Everyone wore
really
those.
Colorful, like a holiday.
Holiday and I wore like 2 of those, like 2 times. I never wore it that often. I think.
I feel like I have this memory, like you had different like styles, like different colors.
Well, like when you're a kid at that age, you're not even buying your clothes. You're like your parents are buying your clothes for you. Right?
I don't know about you, but okay, my thing.
What?
Even though I was a child,
don't make me pull up your photos of elementary school, okay?
For the most part, I picked my own outfits. I was so picky with.
That makes it even worse.
First of all, I was a kid, so you can't judge. But my mom used to always say, like, I would give her the hardest time with how my hair was done and what clothes I would wear.
Really?
All the time, yeah. We would always fight over that. I vividly remember being in the store.
So this is like pre-hijab Sara.
Oh, pre-hijab. Oh my God, yeah. Because we would always fight over like how she would do my hair. Like she would want to do it a certain way, and I'm like, I don't want my hair to be done like that. And she's like, girl, shut up.
But then when I look at your high school photos,
I was wearing a uniform in high school.
I know, but like the choices there.
For I was wearing a uniform. What do you mean? Oh,
no,
the
like outside. No, like the way. Not only were you guys wearing hijabs.
First of all,
y'all were going through some weird like punk era where you're wearing like the long sleeves, where you're wearing a shirt on top of it, and they're like bright blue with like black under and like.
What do you? Okay, hold on.
What?
Let me just explain myself, okay?
And as we're talking about this, I'm going to take all of
I'm literally going to go on my Facebook, if I can remember the password, and delete every single album.
Oh, I have them on my computer. Don't worry about that.
Amir, no, I hate those pictures so much, man.
Okay. I won't.
I have to pre-approve them.
Okay.
But I will say my style in high school was actually disgusting. But that's because I just forgot how to dress. And it took me so long after, like when I was in university, to figure out like, what's my style. Even in university, like I don't even think I dressed properly. And so like now as an adult, I'm like, okay, I can buy my own clothes. But it's great. Like, do you ever do that thing where you negotiate with yourself? Like, okay, like, I deserve this. I'm going to spend the extra bit on whatever it is you're going to buy, like clothing wise, when you're shopping for
Not
clothes.
for clothing, but for like electronics and stuff like that. Like for my computer and all that. Like I told you, everything for me is about utility. Whenever I try and justify a high purchase, it always comes down to just utility.
Fair. Yeah, you're the wrong person to ask for that.
Yeah.
But like, okay, but you see how you like negotiate with yourself. Like, okay, like if I buy this, I don't know, memory card for, I don't know, how much are memory cards? I haven't bought one in like.
Okay, memory card is like the worst one. Like let's say graphics card.
I don't know what that is, but sure, graphics card. Memory card was the first thing graphics. How much are those? Like typically,
like $1,000 sometimes.
What?
Okay, maybe $600. Now it's like $600. Yeah, $600 to $800.
That's a lot
for a really good one. Yeah.
Okay, but it's not the same as clothing though, because
let's say you're buying a purse. Exactly.
But even with that, like I. Okay, actually, I have that's a work bag. So as you guys know, for those of you that like listen to us on a weekly basis, I think you've gotten to know a little bit of our personalities a bit. So we live on TikTok. You also know that I am heavily influenced. I am like the target audience for everybody on TikTok.
Hey, the algorithm's got you, man.
By a chokehold, literally. So when I started going back to the office, I realized that I only had like a purse, it was like a handbag, even not even like a proper purse for my work computer. And I was like, oh, this isn't practical. Like I need an actual backpack. And of course I have the ThinkPad one that they gave me, but I'm not gonna lug around a ThinkPad.
Why?
No,
with that it works.
It
works.
No way.
Just because it doesn't look fashionable.
Yeah, it doesn't go with my fits.
Oh, you're going to work, girl.
So I was like, I need a work bag.
Yeah.
So my coworker had this one backpack. And at that phase of my life, this was like 2021, I think. I was thinking functional.
Yeah.
But not fashionable. So I bought the bag. Was it cute? Absolutely not. Was it functional? Yes.
Wait, so this just goes against my argument I just said, where he said he had a bag that wasn't cute.
No, because I'm getting.
Okay.
Get there.
Get there.
Okay. So then There's this one bag in particular that I kept seeing on TikTok, like all through last year, all through this year. I think it was actually earlier this year. I started seeing it. For me now, I feel like as an adult, I don't do impulse buys anymore. I feel like that was a little bit, like that was the irresponsible version of me.
You were just getting your money.
Yeah, I was just like, ooh, I got paid, let me spend it. Now I'm like, I need to justify the purchase.
Yeah.
So I watched this bag online. I've watched like 1,000,005 reviews to see if it was genuinely worth it, because it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was like overly expensive, but it's also not super cheap either.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, do you feel like sometimes you may like there may be a choice or a purchase you want to make that isn't really justifiable, but you'll watch so many tutorials that convince you that it is justifiable and it is something you actually need instead of want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you think that might have happened here?
With the bag?
Yeah.
The bag was strictly a want.
Oh, okay.
I already had a work bag. I had the backpack.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
And I went even as far as like asking other people at work. I was like, backpack or purse? Those who have to lug around a laptop with you, like, girls anyways, because I don't know if the guys will ever talk about this, like carrying a backpack or purse.
Do guys
like, would you carry like a briefcase or a backpack?
Yeah, a briefcase, I guess. Yeah.
Would you do briefcase or backpack though?
I do more like briefcase, if that makes. I don't carry either. Even though I have a laptop, I literally put it into like a Chanel bag, like the ones that they get from the store.
You carry it around in a Chanel bag?
Hey, it works.
Bougie.
Okay, it's not actually Chanel. It's probably it's some bag that you get from a store.
The reusable ones, right?
But it's reusable and it's like really good quality. It's like, oh, why not just use that?
That's what you put your laptop.
That's why I put everything in. Yeah.
Why don't you just get a work bag?
Nah, I don't need one.
Your next birthday.
No, I told you, like, if I can't justify for the utility for it, I was like, okay.
It's carrying around your laptop.
But I already have something I can use. Okay?
But it's not meant for a laptop.
I'll figure it out.
So I have to give it to Shay Mitchell's brand. Oh my God, what is her brand called again?
Who's Shay Mitchell?
She is an actress, a Canadian actress. She's most famous for her role in Pretty Little Liars.
Pretty Little Liars.
Do you remember that show?
No.
Base, that's what her brand is. And you do. Hold on, I'll show you Shay Mitchell. I have my laptop here for a reason. Do you guys remember when I used to have my laptop in earlier episodes? Okay, Shay Mitchell is this person. Do you remember her from Pretty Little Liars? You don't remember her?
Like, it's somewhat familiar. The name is more familiar than the face. It's weird. Yeah.
I'm sure, like, you remember the premise of Pretty Little Liars were the 4 girls.
No.
Okay. Never mind. So she has like a suitcase brand, luggage brand, bag brand, whatever, called Base. And I was already like thinking of getting the suitcases, but then she came out with a work bag. And I was like, at first I saw it and I was like, that is so ugly. Yeah. Like I did not like it at all. And I was like, maybe she'll come out with like.
You once you saw that price, you're like, actually.
No, it wasn't even, the price wasn't even the thing.
Yeah.
So like I saw it on TikTok, and sometimes people are gifted something, and so they might skew their impression of it. So I was watching a lot of reviews where people actually bought the bag. And there were a couple of different bags that I was like, ooh. These are all nice. Some of them were just very impractical. Like there was one that was like a leather tote. So it was just an open thing and you just throw all your stuff in one open.
That's what I take to work.
That's so not functional for me.
Mine is leather. It's the weaved thing.
Like a canvas tote?
Yeah, but a canvas tote. Like the ones you get at IKEA.
You really put your laptop in a canvas tote? Oh my. No, we have to. Okay, next shopping trip, work bag.
We'll see about that.
You want mine? I'll give it to you for free.
What?
It's a backpack.
But I put other stuff in there too. How big is it?
It's big.
Does it get wide?
Yeah, I'll bring it for you.
I put like gym clothes in there too sometimes.
Yeah, no, it'll fit. Oh, okay. If I had known, I would have brought it for you today.
Oh, okay.
I'll bring it next time. Okay. So eventually, like I kind of just let it rest. And then I saw someone like a girl at work. She had the bag and I was like, can I see it? So she showed it to me and I was like, oh my God, it looks nicer in person. But then she was like, the straps are kind of and I'm like, I know, but it just looks so good. And I just like pictured the vibe that I'd be on if I got the bag. Oh my God.
You're slowly, you see, that was totally you just slowly convincing yourself.
After I let it go too.
Yeah.
And then I got it.
But the funny thing is that every time you're talking about saying like, oh, you're working your way up to it, you're like, oh, I don't even like this part. I don't like this. I don't like this. And then I don't know, you just buy it.
I bought it.
And And I'm guessing it's not cheap, right? Like usually if it's something that's like, okay, it's a reasonable price, but it's good quality, and then but you still don't like a few parts of it, like that would make more sense than something that's super expensive. You don't like certain parts of it and you still purchase it.
It's
let's not say numbers out here, okay? Let's just say it's in the what range is it in?
It's over $150.
Okay, you know what?
It's not horrible, right?
It's not horrible.
And I think I got 15% off for like signing up for whatever email thing.
Yeah, it's not horrible. It's not horrible. Okay, I was expecting like 300 plus. Whereas I can't see the price.
No, I'm showing you the bag.
Oh, okay. It doesn't show the price on there.
Oh no, it's here.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Okay,
See?
From what I was expecting, it's not that bad.
The other one that I wanted, I saw the price and I was like, I don't need it that much.
It's like double that.
Yeah, let me find it.
But
oh, here it is. No, this isn't it. I'll find it after and I'll show it to you. But it was also nice. It was just not functional. It's like the one that's just like an open sack. So I was thinking more functional. Now, what upset me was
what? It broke.
The bag arrived and I was so excited to use it until I realized one key detail that I didn't realize before.
Where's it made?
No, not that.
Oh, okay.
My laptop doesn't fit in the laptop.
Are you serious, Sara? You didn't even check the dimensions?
I did. It said it would fit a 13-inch MacBook, which is this. So this fits.
Yeah.
But my work computer, which is the one that I actually use it for, doesn't.
So you did check it, but you expected you to use your laptop, even though it's not your work laptop?
No, because when I put this on top of my work computer, my work computer, I'm pretty sure is like 13 as well. But it's a ThinkPad, right? So it's thick. Like this is so thick. Like this is very thick.
Yeah, but shouldn't it fit even if it's just as wide?
So like one day, I really like forced it in there, and it like fit. But to take it out, I'm pretty sure I like ripped it a little bit. Like I heard a little like snap of the fabric.
So what are you gonna do? Return it?
No. So I called IT and I was like, when am I getting a new laptop?
You got a new laptop because it wouldn't fit in your bag?
No, it's more than that. I told you, okay, first of all, I'm a slave to consumerism.
Yeah. I
also just like new things. So while everybody else at work is getting new laptops that have like touch thing, while mine is an actual button that I have to press to turn it on.
Oh my God, you have to press a button.
They get Windows 11 and I'm still on Windows 10.
Windows 10 is sort of better.
Yeah, I know. Windows 11 sucks, okay? The new Outlook, garbage,
like
trash. I still have the old one, so I'm happy about that.
You can, they let you flip it.
Really?
Yeah, go back and forth, right, between the old and the new one.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, so I called IT, and I have a pretty old model too, like of my laptop. So I was like, yeah, this is my model, and like honestly, I need it for January because I have a lot of upcoming projects, and it's very important that my computer doesn't crash. He was like, is it slow? And I was like, occasionally. He's like, are there any major problems? No. Yeah, you're gonna have to wait. And I was like, okay, so till when? He's like, right now we're doing the computers that have this model. Yours is the next one. So like we're looking at about, I'm like January. He's like March. I was like, March?
But still, you're not gonna you're just gonna like go back to using, what are you gonna use for your bag? You're just gonna use the original one you were using? What were you using originally?
The backpack?
For your laptop.
The backpack. But to work, no, it still fits in the purse. It's just like the purse has a laptop sleeve.
Yeah. Oh, you just have to put it in like the main area.
But like
so you have to use it almost like a tote bag.
Kind of, but it has like a removable middle compartment, and that's where I put all my other stuff, like whatever else I'm taking in for the day.
I'm just gonna stick with my tote bag. Yeah.
But like it's serving its purpose. Yeah. Like honestly, I actually genuinely love it. I'm very like, that's a purchase that I do not regret. In the past, have I made purchases that I oh my God, I can't talk.
Purchases that you regret?
Yeah. Not only have I made purchases that I've regretted, but I forgot that I made the purchases and then it was too late to return them. You
quote unquote forgot.
No. One time.
Yeah.
I don't like, do you ever, I know you're going to say no. Why am I going to ask you? I was going to say, do you ever just like go on a random website and you're like,
and
just,
buy
like,
stuff?
Buy a whole new wardrobe?
No, don't tell me you do that. Come on now.
First of all, I don't.
I know. Wait, actually, just to sympathize with you, I will go to a new website.
Yeah.
I'll put a bunch of stuff in my cart
And then don't check
and
out.
leave.
Isn't that the best feeling though?
I know.
But
and then sometimes they come back to you with an email being like, "Here's 15% off. Oh, we know some stuff in your cart. Here's 15% off."
That's how I buy my contacts.
You do? You just put it into the cart and leave, and they send you an email later?
They always send me a 20% off coupon and free shipping.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, life hacks.
Yeah.
If you want to know the site, let me know.
Honestly, any site will do that nowadays. They'll automatically send you stuff if they already have your email information.
But yeah, I really messed up this one time. I don't shop at Old Navy or Gap or anything.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't shopped there in so long, even though I heard they had good staples.
Yeah.
So I don't know my sizing there. You know how sizes depend on the store. So I just like literally bought.
You bought multiple sizes of things?
No, I just bought like a whole new wardrobe, basically.
Why?
I don't know. I just did it. I checked out.
Yeah. You know you have an Old Navy like down your street, literally, like
Where?
a couple blocks. Isn't it in that plaza across the street from?
Is there an Old Navy there? No, there isn't.
So. Is there not?
No.
Okay, you can go to the mall.
I know,
the mall's
but
like closer. Okay.
But something possessed me into doing that, okay? And I spent like hundreds. Okay?
At Old Navy?
I know. Like that's the thing that like
that's
angered
like
me.
our middle school age.
I know, and I like
wardrobe.
everything came. Obviously, I didn't like it. I think I kept one thing. I kept a workout jacket that I bought because it was actually pretty good, and I think like one cardigan. Everything else had to go, but I'm pretty sure I bought it like in the summer, and you know how summer gets. So I genuinely just forgot. Like it sat in the corner of my room, and I was like, okay, one day I got to go to the mall. Like I have to dedicate time to go and return it all. I, in my mind, thought it was a 60-day return policy. I didn't know they changed it to 30 days.
Most of them isn't standard usually 30 days.
Yeah, but I like.
What?
Remember when Hanan used to work there in like grade 9?
Oh, so she would get 60 days.
It used to be 60 days according to what she told me.
Okay, yeah.
So that's the last time I shopped there, clearly. So I go into the mall, and obviously, I didn't look at the receipt until I was like walking into the line, and I'm like, oh my God, this is 30 days, and I bought this in like June.
So you wasted a whole trip.
Oh no!
Even though you were like trying to push off because you didn't have time to make a trip.
Hello, what did our parents teach us when we were kids? Get up, stand up for your rights.
So you just hope that they didn't look at that date.
No, so what I did was I played dumb. I was like, hi, I want to do this in return, and brought this massive box of clothing. And they were like, okay, do you have your receipt? And I was like, let me look. I knew I had it. I pulled it up and I was like, here, ma'am. She's like, yeah, the return policy is 30 days. I'm like, listen, I know. Can I still get a return?
That's it? That's your whole case?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm just going to try. I thought, why not just come down and try?
Like, she was like, call customer service. Like, I can't help you. I was like, what are they going to do for me? Like, are you going to give, like, if they say that you have to give me a return, are you going to give me a return? She's like, yeah. I'm like, otherwise, what am I going to do with all this clothing? Like, I promise you I'm not going to
be a lot of happy kids in Ethiopia.
So then I call customer service. Obviously, they're not working that day. It's a Sunday. Why would they work on a Sunday? So I'm like sweating, like angry, like mad at myself, really. So I'm like, okay, I need to negotiate with her. I'm like, can you just give me store credit? Because her store credit applies to Banana Republic and Gap too, right?
Yeah.
And Athletica, I think.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like an leisure brand or whatever. So she was like, okay, let me call my manager or whatever. They're talking, and I'm like, please look, like this is so much clothes, like I'm not gonna wear it. It's such a waste. Like, so then she eventually caved and gave me store credit. Oh,
you actually like convinced her to give you store credit? I don't know,
she probably felt bad for me, but then because it was so much money, it wouldn't go back on one card. I have 3.
How many? This is multiple hundreds?
I don't need your judgment right now.
Sara?
I don't need
at Old Navy. Like one of those shirts is like $20, so you must have bought like 50 items. Like you could, when you said a box, like now I'm actually picturing like a giant chest full of clothing.
I contemplated keeping it, but like because I didn't know my sizing, everything was like 3 sizes too big. Yeah. Like I bought a trench coat. Why was it touching the floor? I don't like.
Your current trench coat kind of touches the floor, so.
My mom told me it gives her school shooter vibes. Especially when I wear them with
How did she say it exactly?
She said it in Gaysinan.
Yeah, like
she was like, I was like, whoa. That's not the vibe I was going for.
Yeah, I was wondering like how she translated it to Gaysinan for a second.
Yeah, but I didn't even know that she like knew what a stereotypical like
she was around
like.
for like Columbine and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that
I
was
think
when
she
it was
was
big
paying
in their
attention.
time. Really? Yeah, they were around her age at the time. They were probably paying attention. No?
Was it that long ago?
Yeah, it was just like 90s.
Oh.
And that comes back to, the original thing of... Actually, now I kind of don't trust women's choices in content.
No. But here's the thing. I think most, if not most women, actually, I find are really good consultants for men's clothing.
Yeah, for the most part. I feel like generally. There are a lot of women I've seen online at this point that, even their choices are questionable.
Like for themselves?
Yeah.
That's why I said for men specifically, for men's clothing.
Wait, so like even the ones who don't know how to dress for themselves might be able to dress men better?
That's why I said most.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah, because nowadays, I think maybe just because of the internet, we've been exposed to people from both sides who don't really, even from the women's side who, make some questionable choices. But I understand what you're saying, okay?
But you don't really see like men choosing good outfits for women.
Unless, they have a crack in their wrist. What? Why make that face?
It took me a minute to get what that meant. Or your Kanye, but like I don't know.
Yeah, or
his
your Kanye.
Taste is eclectic.
Eclectic? Yeah, even his choices are kind of like a little out there, okay?
Yeah.
But then eventually, I don't know if it's because he's Kanye that eventually becomes cool, or because people actually like how it looks. Because I still can't like really get into the look of his the slippers that are really popular.
The slides?
And the shoes.
The Yeezy slides?
Yeah, the Yeezy slides, but also the shoes. The ones that like look like they're like see-through and they like look like a weird mesh. They look like a 3D printed shoes, which I think they are.
Oh, the one with the holes in them?
Yeah.
I think people just like them because they're comfortable. And the name, like the status that is associated with
that's
it.
why. So like a lot of times when it comes to Kanye's clothing and like the popularity of his style, I think it has less to do with like it actually looking fashionable and good, and more just with the name and like the prestige that comes with it.
I will say though, he's running,
and like they are comfortable.
They're
yeah,
the 350s. If anyone has them,
that also plays a big part of it. The comfortability like outweighs the looks of most of his items, if that makes sense. So like people will purchase them even if they don't really like how it looks, but know that it's super comfortable. Like Crocs. Kanye is like the Crocs of the fashion world. Yeah, I would say that.
That's a strange comparison.
Would you not? Because look, Crocs, they don't really look the best, and they get a lot of flack for that, but they're hella comfortable. Same thing with Kanye shoes. They don't look the best.
The 350s are nice. These ones are the 350s, the ones that I have. These are nice.
Even those ones, like, are like, if you saw that before you knew how they felt on your feet, would you say they look nice?
Amir.
Exactly. She answered me right there.
No, I'm just saying, did you not hear my entire rant about me being easily influenced? Of course I wanted them.
Okay, how about if you didn't know that they were made by Kanye, they had no status or anything, and you just saw those shoes straight up? Would you think they look nice?
Yeah, actually, like.
Would you?
Yeah, these
Why
were
are you capping, Sarah?
I'm not. I swear to you, I've wanted these shoes for like maybe like 3 or 4 years.
No. Let's say like even if they didn't have the status of like being Adidas shoes and everything, they just look like that, had no name brand attached to them, no like a big name behind them. Would you still look at those shoes and be like, I want to buy those?
Yeah, because they reminded me of the Nike. Are they Roches? Do you remember that shoe? It was like really, really big at one point. This one.
I'm really bad with fashion, so I don't even know.
You'll remember when I show you. Roches. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Like with remembering names of fashion.
Do you remember these types of? Remember these shoes were really big at one point.
Those?
Yeah, they're really basic.
They remind you of that?
Yeah, they're similar sort of like physique. In the same like
they had maybe a very similar profile.
That's what I mean. Sorry.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say they looked they don't really look the same at all. Like that's like saying like right now you're just literally comparing like the profile of a shoe.
No,
like his shoes at
similar.
least have the profile of a shoe. No, they look like moon shoes. Like, it looks like you can probably run around and start bouncing across, like...
That's how it feels, though.
Huh?
That's how it feels.
Yeah, that's how it feels once you put your feet in it. That's what I'm saying. Kanye is like the Crocs of the fashion world.
I mean, I guess.
You
They're
know what?
really nice.
We'll leave it to the listeners. Oh, and while you're here, before we start losing you guys, and we might have lost you already, make sure to like the video. That's all I want. I just want you to like the video.
Actually,
what?
I was going to say one of the comments that we got on our video last week was saying that we're either stuck on 70 likes per video or we just happen to get 70 likes for every single video that we have, which is so weird.
No, it's because we don't ask for them. But you know what? I'm gonna ask for them. I'm gonna be a beggar today, okay? Like the video. I'm going to be. Sara's not, okay? In this point, we're not connected. But I'm gonna make an appeal to you guys. Just go ahead and like the video. It really helps with the algorithm and all that YouTube stuff. At least that's what I've been told. So just go ahead and hit it. If it doesn't get at least a minimum of 100 likes, the podcast is over. I'm sorry. This is the last episode.
No, don't say that. Don't say that.
I'm playing. But
listen,
yeah.
We know that it's been a weird time in the world.
What? Are you moving on to the next topic already?
No. I'm just trying to say, like, maybe people are taking a break from consuming podcasts that don't exclusively cover certain like world issues and things that are happening in the world. But also, I think a lot of people use it as an escape from reality. Or, we've gotten... I'm going to keep this for the end, but we actually got a really, really nice message this week. So, yeah, I wanted to share that. But
that shouldn't stop you from liking the video, okay? Even if this video gets about, 1,000 to 1,500 views, that kind of thing. So, even if, 10% of you guys hit it, we already hit that goal. I'm just saying, okay? All right there. Okay, I'm done begging. So, welcome back to the cousin.
Really?
Yeah, just welcome back to the Cousin
Connection
podcast.
Literally 20 minutes into the episode.
Guys, what grinds my gears?
Let's hear it. What grinds your gears?
Grinds my gears? I already talked about this a long time ago. I'm going to talk about it again. People at the gym who don't put back their weights. And I'm calling you out. Your Mississauga LA Fitness. Or maybe it's Brampton. Maybe it's actually the Brampton one. The one across the street from the Costco. I don't know the streets over there, but the LA Fitness in that location, you guys, all of you guys there, do not know how to put back your plates. There was one guy. I went there. I know they don't put back their plates to begin with. But I was like, okay, since I'm like standing there, maybe they'll make an effort. I can help them, that kind of thing. Sometimes we help each other, right? So I'm standing there. I'm waiting for one of the bench presses to open up. And I noticed a guy on the far right is finishing up. He was finished. He was doing his set. I didn't ask him how many he had left. I was going to let them do their thing. He got up. He sat up. He just sat there for a second. He had like 2.5 plates or 2 plates on there, 45-pound plates on there. And at one point he gets up and it looks like he's about to go and take off the plates. And he just starts walking away. I'm like, okay, well, maybe he went to get some water. So I was like, oh, sir, are you done or are you just going to get some water? He's like, oh, I'm done. And he walked away. He didn't even turn around and be like, oh, let me take off plates. He just walked out of there without touching the weights at all. He left the clips on there. He had plates all over the floor. He had like one of those like mats to like keep his a little less like slippery on the back seat. Just left it like that. And this is not unique to that place. And a lot of gyms do this, but this place is specifically known for that. But generally, like, just respect the gym, okay? Because there are people trying to work out in this location, and you don't want to spend half your time searching for weights. Like, searching for weights should not be a workout in itself. I don't want to be getting my cardio in while I'm trying to get my lifting in, okay?
I mean, but at least you're doing both.
Huh?
At least you're doing both.
Yeah, you know what? Thank you for getting my steps in early, okay? But this place specifically is just like an average gym goer's like worst nightmare. And there's no culture.
I mean, you're in Brampton though, so.
I know. But, I don't want to stereotype, but I'm just saying it's not as bad in other gyms around the city. I'm just saying, okay? So, Brampton, y'all got to fix up.
We are here for the Brampton slander, okay?
Yeah, there's been a lot of Brampton slander going on for a minute out here.
On this channel specifically?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Huh? No, sorry. Not in this channel specifically, but just in general in the city.
Oh, it's deserved.
Yeah.
It's deserved.
Did you see what happened the other day on the highway? I was when we were driving back from Nabat's place.
Yeah.
I was going down the Gardner, and there was a truck that crashed on the highway and blocked the whole westbound Gardner.
Why'd you take the Gardner?
The whole thing. What?
Why'd you take the
It's
Gardner?
faster for me.
Oh.
Yeah, because you guys are going.
I heard about that.
Literally, the whole thing was
And then I was
covered.
like, oh, good thing none of us take the Gardner. That's literally what my thought process was.
But I was going the opposite way.
Oh.
And I just saw like, first I didn't know what was going on. I saw a bunch of like fire trucks and police lights. And then on my side, I didn't notice at first because their lights were off, but then they turned it on when they got closer. There was a fire truck actually like a few cars in front of me.
Oh.
And he just stopped like in the middle of the road and started doing this curve. And I didn't know what to do. So I just like kind of stopped on the highway. And thankfully it was empty on the eastbound side. So I started making my way around. I was like, why is he stopping? Because he was stopping at a specific spot. And his lights started shining on the truck. And I was like, why am I seeing only tires? And as I'm passing, I noticed that the truck has fully flipped to its side and was covering every single lane. So it wasn't like, oh, there's one lane open, so the cars have to slowly get out.
Yeah.
Those cars were stuck. Like when I say stuck, people were standing outside of their cars, taking videos, chilling. There was like a couple who was like hugging on the side of the curve.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, people didn't know what to do, right? And I felt bad because you can see still some people coming. But thankfully, a little bit further ahead, the cops were able to get there fast enough to cut it off so people have to exit. But still, for all those people stuck there, you're stuck there for hours. Like your night's over. At that point, it was already late. But like you're sleeping in your car for the next few hours because that truck would need, first off, they have to do their whole investigation, find out what happened. Yeah. And then they have to get an actual truck there to slide it out of the way.
That's wild.
So,
you can't even push that.
Yeah.
It's not a car where you could just like tow it away. Like,
exactly. So I felt bad for all those people. I'm praying for those people, man. Well,
hopefully the driver's okay. I doubt it. I doubt it.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy.
But that was a whole thing.
That's actually one of my biggest fears is to be stuck on the highway.
Really?
Yeah. Because where are you going to go? What if you're cold or hungry or you need to use the bathroom?
The thing that I always think about is how about if you have to use the bathroom or you don't have any gas?
Yeah.
Right? Like if you don't have gas, like you might stop for a while and eventually you're going to have to turn the car off, but then it's cold outside. Like if you have no gas, it's freezing cold outside. Let's say it was even snowing and you're stuck there for hours. You're going to have to start making friends with your neighbor cars quickly. Chill inside there for a bit.
Do you remember when we went to the Hassan Phil's show during the blizzard?
Oh my God. The woman I got hit? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that one. Do you like that drive home? Especially because people were like ramming into each other, like going.
It was
like,
bumper cars that night.
Yeah, but like I didn't want to get hit. So I was driving carefully.
No, even if you drive carefully, other people around you are.
Yeah, but I was like mad because I was keeping my distance. Except for those people that drive like pickup trucks. They really...
Yeah, and they like push snow on your side.
I mean, I would drive behind them because they clear out the way. But like they're so reckless the way that they drive. Like I don't know what kind of tires of steel that they have. But
yeah, they have just super like thick tires with very good tread, and then the rubber is also better. That's
so like... But that night, I was like, I think I'm gonna sleep on this highway. Like it took us so long. I didn't even make it home.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't make it home.
Oh yeah, you stopped at Nabat's house, right?
Yeah, because it was like the thought of having to go home from that point. I was like, hell no.
That was a crazy night.
That was. I can't believe we went out that night. But
yeah, we were. I don't know. Like normally you would stop, but I guess it's because like it was also like a special night. Literally, he was filming a special. Yeah, exactly. So. And
then we never saw that video.
Yeah, we never saw the special. Yo, Hassan, where's the special, man?
No, remember the video got ruined.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Because I asked him about it. I'm like, hey, whatever happened to your special? And he was like, oh my God, don't remind me. But he said that the audio was never actually hooked up. So it's just video, no audio.
What?
Yeah. So he obviously couldn't use it.
Damn. And they had like a good production too. They had like a whole arm, people on the sides and the back, everything. Of all things, literally the one thing you want to get.
I know.
Right. Because a lot of times what comedians do is that they put out how they make some money is residuals or is by making albums. So they record their set and before they even come out with a video of it, they'll make it into an audio album. That's why even in the Grammys, you'll hear that there's a section for like best comedy album. And it's essentially your stand-up set, but just audio form.
People listen to that?
Yeah, because what they do is that they sell those albums to radio stations like CBC Radio or like, I don't know, any general radio station around the world, where they'll take clips of your special and they'll like put it with other people's clips and they'll like put it out on the show on the radio.
Interesting. I didn't even know they did that.
So that's how a lot of comedians actually make their initial like residual income. So they have like some type of steady income coming in.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
There you go. There's some background, for the comedy world for y'all who don't know.
Do you listen to it?
What?
Do you listen to comedy albums?
I listen to comedy podcasts, like comedians who have podcasts.
Oh, but it's not like them just saying jokes the whole time?
No.
Okay.
Well, like usually they're joking with their friends when they're talking on there, right?
Yeah, which is normal.
Yeah, it's not like a full-on stand-up set. But I've actually heard those radio shows where they had the comedy sets, because it would come on right after we finished our lesson at the mosque on like Saturday nights. It was like at 6 p.m. on a Saturday night. They would always turn on that radio show or the comedy show. So that's how I knew. That's how I heard about. I already knew about it, but that's how I actually heard it.
Oh, interesting. I really didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. Yeah. So if you guys have your own cars, make sure that you keep snacks, a couple water bottles, maybe a blanket or two, especially in the winter and you live in Toronto. Then
don't be like me and get into the car with a t-shirt and be like, oh, the car's warm anyway, so I'm going into a warm spot. Think ahead.
So there's this girl on TikTok. Her username is the Erica Effect. And she came out with this thing called the Love List. Subtitle is I'll Commit When. So a lot of times we see in our society today that whether it's men or women, but I think mostly women, tend to settle in relationships because they're trying to settle down within a specific timeline because, biological clock and things and all that kind of stuff. So she was saying that, you shouldn't settle because ultimately what that's going to do is either like you don't really like the partner that you're with and you end up in divorce and you're just like, I regret, like, what's the point of wasting my time? Or that person realizes that, I don't know. It can never end well if you're settling. Like if you don't truly.
There's different levels of settling, I feel.
Yeah, no, I know. But this is like one of those things where you're like, I'll just get with anybody. It doesn't have to even fit my criteria.
Yeah. So
she was like, in order to kind of like help her create a more clear indication of like, I'll commit to someone when, and notice the key word commit to someone rather than settling with someone, right? So I want to read it to you and I want to get your thoughts on it.
This is basically like a list of like
what you're looking for.
No?
Well, she like numbers them and then basically she reviews a list and she's like, what can I live without or what can I compromise on? So for example, it's funny the language that she uses, but physical features, she put fine as shit and then in brackets she put to me, because attraction is subjective.
Okay, I'm crossing that out right away.
No, the person has to be attractive to you.
Yeah, but like that's obvious. Okay.
But still, you still have to keep it on your list.
Yeah, you're gonna get my opinion on each one. Okay, I'm just saying that doesn't need to be on the list. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay.
The second one for physical features is we love each other's face, body, voice.
Boring.
But like, imagine you find like a girl attractive, and she's like the worst, most annoying voice ever. I would never be able to. I
feel like that's something you could settle on.
Absolutely not.
What?
1,000. If someone had an annoying voice, I would never be able to look past it, because every time they spoke, they would annoy me, and that's so mean. I guess
that's like getting an ick.
It's not even an ick. You're just annoying. Like I don't like your voice. Like have you not spoken to people where you're like, God, can you just shut up?
Like people who have a very like draining voice, where like the way they talk is like we were going out and we were just, and like it's like super like dead, like almost like there's no like emotion, there's no ups and downs to how they talk. It's very like monotone.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of anything to say, but like that I would understand.
Okay. Financial compatibility is the second section. Financially responsible.
Okay, yeah.
It's fair, right? Okay. Makes a lot of money, subjective. So like what you consider a lot of money depends on the person. Enjoys spending money on me. So you're not stingy.
That's for her. Yeah.
Responsibly enjoys luxury. So they're not They're not buying out of their means.
Yeah,
Okay,
that makes sense.
let's her third section. Recreational compatibility.
Recreational?
Yeah. We thoroughly enjoy the art of conversation.
Okay.
That's a fair one.
Yeah.
We enjoy each other's friends. That's also a big one.
Yeah.
Enjoys picnics with me. It's specific to her. Maybe she likes picnics. Similar taste in music, art, decorative aesthetic.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of those things are like things you notice almost immediately. Like, so you wouldn't get into a relationship with someone without even like noticing. Because usually the things that attract you to someone, or like you initially start like getting to know someone with, are like your interests,
the similarities.
Yeah. So I don't think it would even go far if those things weren't already there.
Which is why she put "I'll commit when." Like, she might talk to somebody,
yeah,
but she won't actually commit to being in an exclusive relationship.
Maybe I'm being too harsh on this list. Okay, I'm just I'm trying to give some feedback here.
Similar travel style, art, TV shows, movie. Is an ambivert / omnivert.
What? What's an omnivert?
I think it's like a mix of like.
Isn't ambivert a mix of someone who's extroverted and introverted?
Yes. Omnivert is people who experience extremes. Oh, damn. Extremes in introversion and extroversion. Unlike ambiverts, omniverts have trouble balancing outgoingness and shyness. As a result, they can seem like they have a dual personality depending on the situation.
She wants that?
I guess so.
Okay.
I don't think she knows what it means. I think she thinks they're synonymous, but they're not.
Okay, yeah.
Similar sense of humor. That's kind of a big one.
Yeah.
Sense of humor?
Yeah, I can see that.
That's kind of a big one. And then she has emotional / psychological compatibility. Reasonable / able to be reasoned with. That's a fair one. Very good mental health habits.
Very good mental health habits? Oh,
Yeah.
like they take their mental health into account and like
they're not toxic.
Yeah.
Or a narcissist. Strong.
There's nothing here like extreme yet.
Yeah, like it's all like reason.
It's all very basic stuff.
Strong intellectual / psychological connection.
Yeah, like the thing is that this list would be something crazy if she was like has to be at least 6'3". Then there's a conversation there, or has to be into like extreme rock climbing. Yeah,
no, like I feel like a lot of what she put on this list is like pretty reasonable.
You know what? Maybe it's more like a like vision board kind of thing.
Not necessarily. So when I actually watched her video, she was saying that oftentimes, or in the past, I guess for her specifically, she found herself settling for relationships where like they may have like a couple things that she's looking for, but they're lacking in like a really big thing, and she just can't seem to look past it. So she finds that she's like wasting her time a lot. So then she's like, you know what? Let me just make a list of everything that I absolutely need. Like, this is my non-negotiable list. And it's not like a checklist, like you're looking specifically for these things, but like as you're getting to know someone before you commit, you're like, okay, like I'm attracted to them. They're financially responsible. We have good conversations. Whatever else you put on here.
From that list, what would you be willing to take off that list and still be good with the person? Because that's a lot. Like, I know all those seem like very basic things to me, but apparently they're not. So what would you be able to live without on that list? Maybe you guys aren't as your humor doesn't align. No, actually, no, humor's a big one.
Yeah, no, I've been in that situation before. It's not fun because you might find stuff funny, and then they're just looking at you like, or opposite, like they're laughing at something, and you're like, that's literally not funny, but okay. I don't know. I low-key like, okay, enjoys picnics with me. Like, I don't care for picnics.
Okay, so you'll be able to live without picnics. And see, if you think about it, that's like that's the one thing that's super specific to her.
Yeah, but like I guess it's for her. It must be like make or break. Like, you have to go on a picnic with me. But otherwise, like,
she should have like started from that picnic one and expanded from there. Like, those ones are very specific to her.
Is an ambivert / omnivert like? I don't think it like I feel like I'm pretty extroverted. So if I was to ever get to know someone that was introverted, as long as they're open to socializing with me, and then I don't really care. They don't have to be extroverted.
But how about if like it turned out that because they're an introvert, every time you want to go out somewhere, they're like, oh no, let's just stay inside.
Ooh.
See?
That would bother me.
Exactly. So you do want an ambivert.
Well, not specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as long as they're willing to try, you know?
Introverts.
We
know an introvert. We've seen how they've tried.
Yeah, you're right.
Exactly. Like, would you want someone that introverted?
No.
See,
Hell
exactly.
no.
That's an introvert, a true introvert to the T.
Yeah, you're right.
So you'd probably want an
ambivert.
Ambivert, someone who's like willing to be outgoing. Because I feel like, actually, no, introverts do. Because now I've accepted I'm more of an ambivert, if anything.
Wow, you changed your yeah, I was gonna say you're kind of leaning.
Yeah,
more
I was probably
ambivert.
always an ambivert.
Yeah, but you were so like, I'm an introvert. Like, that was your identity, you know?
Yeah.
And now I feel
I'm an introvert in the sense that like I refresh. No, I regenerate. No, what's the word?
You like to recoup your energy.
Yeah, recoup my energy by myself.
I think you're leaning towards the introverted side on the scale of ambivert.
It's all a spectrum.
Yeah, sorry,
it's all a spectrum.
The spectrum, not scale.
Mm-hmm.
But you still have a lot of social tendencies too.
Yeah.
Like, anyone who knows Amir personally, they find it hard to believe when he used to say that he was an introvert.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no one believed you.
Because like in the autistic community, they have a word saying masking. To mask.
That's the word that you're trying to say.
Yeah. So like, I feel like introverts can do the same thing, where you may feel like in the inside, like you don't want to be there, or not that you don't want to be there. It's like you're tired, you're exhausted, you don't want to socialize. Like you just want to like sit down and be by yourself, but you just have this feeling in you where you feel bad if you didn't interact. So that's a form of masking to make everyone else's experience seem positive. You kind of take mental hits so that everything kind of go over smoothly.
I think that's specific to you.
What? No, that's masking. It's a thing that people in people who are on the spectrum,
yeah, but like
usually say like they have certain tendencies, or there are certain things they don't understand, but they'll act like they do, or like they'll do certain things that would go against what they want to do, just so they can seem normal to the rest of the people. And I feel like, everyone does that in a way.
Yeah.
Everyone masks to a certain degree. I just feel like it's 2 different degrees.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe I do want an ambivert. I never really thought of that.
See? I'm telling you, man, this list is not... this list is super general. I feel like it's...
I'm trying to think, like, have I ever spoken to, like, someone who's, like, an extreme introvert? Kind of. Yeah, it didn't really go so well, did it? Yeah, I guess. I guess so. Mm-hmm. Ambivert is that. And then...
oh, there's more?
No, like, you're asking me... the original question is what you want to remove. Shoot. You look at the list and you have to tell me what you want to remove. But I think the other one would probably be similar taste in TV shows, movies.
Mm-hmm. I feel like, you only really have to have a few similarities to at least make things work.
Yeah, you don't have to be exactly the same. And I've never wanted someone not
to be the exact same, but like even if there are things or aspects of a person that you don't like as long as they're still a good person, I feel like you can make it work. Eventually you'll learn to love them for who they are. Or for the things that even the things you don't love about them initially, you can learn to love those things. There are some like 3 or 4 major things maybe. Like you could say humor, social ability or whatever, looks, and like, I don't know.
Honestly, as long as whatever you don't like doesn't give you the ick, then you're fine. Yeah. Like if it's like little things like I can't even think of something.
Yeah, I'm still wrestling with the whole idea of settling. I need to think about that more.
Because guys don't settle.
What do you mean?
Guys don't settle. Like you guys just don't settle. How I find like
guys do settle.
In my research, no, they don't.
Or they just like understand. Okay, like
I'll tell you what it is. Okay,
I think everyone settles to a degree.
Guys don't. I'll tell you what guys do.
Okay, what do we do?
Because I did my research.
Tell
on
me
this,
what
actually.
I do that I currently saying we don't do.
Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm getting excited now because I've done so much research. Like I genuinely looked into this. Okay, because I was like, there's no way. But a guy, okay, a guy could be like, he could find the person that he is genuinely in love with. Like this is his person in this world. But because there is some factor that deems him as not ready to take it to the next step, whether it's family situation, career, health, whatever, something stopping him from securing the bag with this girl. And so therefore, right person, wrong time situation, right? Then, he has to let her go. And so he breaks her heart some way or whatever. They're no longer together. And now he's like putting in the work to get him to the place where he needs to be. But obviously this girl may not be available anymore or whatever. Life doesn't bring them back together. And so when he's actually ready to get married, he just marries whoever fits into the mold at that time. Even if they're not madly in love with her, if they like her enough where they're like, yeah, she kind of fits the mold. Like,
I thought you said men don't settle.
No, I know you don't. Wait.
That would be to settle.
That's not settling though.
You're saying they just fit the mold.
Right, but exactly, because you like, as much as guys try to say like we're not picky or whatever, you might have like one or two or whatever, a couple things on your list that like someone needs to fulfill, and the biggest one is probably attraction, and someone who's like doesn't have drama and like isn't annoying. That's probably it, and just brings you peace. Attraction and peace is probably what you guys look for.
But I feel like all the things she put on this list can be like whittled down to one of those things that you just mentioned. I think we're both men and women look for the same thing.
No.
Yeah, like
No
those things you just put together in a list, like saying attraction and peace and all that stuff, I feel like can all be settled down, like men, or just to describe all the things she's put down here. Men
look for attraction and peace. Women look for a provider, and mostly a provider, but then the second one is subjective to whatever the woman wants. But that's like the two main, like if we're really trying to cut it down, that's the difference. Yeah. Because men don't care what your job is. I could be a CEO. You think any guy cares what I do? Maybe if he's like a... So what you're saying is that like women are like very judgmental and like don't really look at the person for who they are. When did I even say? I didn't even say that. The things that like, that may not even be up to them and just may be due to their circumstances. Maybe they grew up in like a low income neighborhood, so they couldn't get the best job. Why should they have less chances? The thing said that making a lot of money was subjective, but I think more important than making a lot of money is like actually just finding a man who's hardworking. Someone who's hardworking is much better than someone who quote unquote makes a lot of money, because no one's job is permanent. But if you're a hard worker and you're determined, then you can make a career out of any job. You know what I mean? Like you're determined to like do whatever it is, whatever job you're like. If you're a hard worker, I feel like that's more attractive, or just like makes someone seem more responsible than just earning a lot of money. Yeah, I don't think we all look for the same thing though. That's an interesting question though. Do you guys think that men and women are essentially just looking for the same thing? Because I don't think so. But also, I don't think men settle. I just think if you're not in a circumstance where you're going for like your one true love, you just go for whoever is available at the time that you're ready. Whoever's ready when you're ready and then fits your mold. Yeah, but that's still settling. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong because I'm not a guy. But like, guys, if you're listening to this and you think I'm wrong, and maybe you potentially have a story of you settling, shit, tell us. We want to know, and maybe we can read it in our next week's episode. But you know what? Yeah, think about it now. Yeah, there are a lot of guys who are like, okay, I don't know. My brain was like kind of trying to process all of this at the same time, right? So like, yeah, I've heard a lot of examples of guys being like, yeah, she doesn't look the best. She's not the most attractive, but like, she's willing to do whatever I want. She's like very submissive. There are a lot of guys who are willing to look over a lot of factors in a woman just because she's submissive, because that's like the main thing. A lot of, especially guys who like don't want someone talking back to them, or like a little bit more like on that male, like toxic male side, where they just want to have control. They're willing to look over the looks, the personality, the financial situation of a lot of women, or the people that they're partners, because they're very submissive and willing to do whatever they want.
There are a lot of examples, and you know what I'm talking about. There are a lot of examples of guys who are willing, who will dig into the trenches to find someone that will just listen to everything they have to say. Because for guys, like, as long as they have control of the situation, they don't care anything about the woman at some point, like, to a degree.
That sounds horrible.
Well, you know, there are a lot of guys like that who don't care.
And the girls still get with them?
Yeah, because like at that point the girls are the ones who are settling in that case, I guess.
Yeah, 100%. See what I mean though?
Huh?
See what I mean? So the guy's not settling.
Yeah, but then there are also girls on the other side who will settle for an opposite reason, where like the guy is super rich and he's older. He's like 60, 70 years old, but he's super rich and willing to take care of them. And they're like, yeah, you know, you might be rich and like I have to do things for him at certain times, but at least my life is taken care of. Is that not settling as well?
What did Sama say her type? Oh, maybe I shouldn't have put her
What?
name. What did our friend say her type was?
Yeah, as long as they're
rich and ventilated.
Yeah, rich and ventilated. They're willing to settle, right?
Shit,
so that's what I was trying to put together in my mind this whole time. So yeah, there are women and men who settle. Men in the case that they want someone who's submissive, and women, like people who are very surface level. They're like, they want someone who can just take care of all their wants and needs, like on both ends. Whether it be for the men from like more of just a submissive and like, I tell you what to do it for me kind of thing, or women from like, you give me money and I don't ask questions.
Well, we know women settle. You know, that was never the argument.
But men do settle too. Now I give you the example.
Okay, so for women, it's pretty common where like they might not find a man attractive from the jump, like initially.
Yeah.
But then maybe their character beautifies them. Is that the same for men?
But that's like settling too, because they might even marry this person still thinking that, but then over time, because that person's character like grew on them, because a lot of times these things can grow on a person as well. Like you might hate their voice initially, but then over time, no, I'm telling you, you might hate someone's voice. You might not even find someone attractive at first, but they had so many other good qualities that eventually they become someone who's attractive to you, or like you don't even think about their attractiveness anymore.
But I know, but does that happen for guys where they were never like they weren't attracted to someone at first and then?
Yeah, definitely.
That's a thing. I thought guys like it's either you're attracted from the jump or not.
No, because there are other things that the men are looking for, like I mentioned, right? If that person listens to them more and doesn't give them as much flack. I know it sounds very like
the peace aspect of it.
Yeah, the peace aspect of it. So that will be something a lot of guys gear towards. Like it's a lot more. You might call it toxic masculinity.
I didn't say those words, but
that's what it could be to a degree, or just like, you know, okay, let's say it's not toxic. Let's just, some people just want someone a person or a partner who's more submissive to them. There might even be women who want a man who's more submissive to them, and a lot of women will settle for men who are weak and meek just because they can control what they do and say. I mean, do and like, and where they go.
That woman,
you know, the examples of that as well.
Yeah. So
I'm telling you right now, it's the same on both sides. So that's all the time I was trying to think about that. So there's examples on both sides. So that's why I don't feel like it's majority of women settle. I feel like both men and women settle.
But it's more common for women, I think.
Why do you think it's more common for
because it is. Like, okay, if we're gonna,
you know what? Yeah, maybe because of like just how society is currently built. Then because like
here's the thing,
I don't want to say the word, but like because of how society is built.
Yeah. But here's the thing.
that's how it currently breaks down. But
for the most part,
yeah,
men are who they are. They'll never change.
No, we don't make general statements. Guys will change. Men will change.
No. I'm not saying like change for the better. I mean like they don't pretend to be someone that they're not. They're just who they are.
Oh yeah.
Right. But for women, it's the total opposite. For some people,
actually, like, no. There are a lot of men who pretend to be who they are. Like, look at all these examples of celebrities being exposed for being like dirtbags in the background, but they're like the most positive and outgoing people online and in the public eye.
I feel like that's different though. It's not the same. I mean, like in the sense of like you're trying to get someone to like you, so you pretend to be.
Men do the same thing. Men actually, yeah, a lot of times they might do it just because they feel like this girl is easy to get, so they'll just act like they're like the most.
I'm talking about the everyday, like average Joe, not like a celebrity or someone who's like an influencer. Like
I feel like a majority of people are dirtbags though.
What?
Okay, not a majority of people. Sorry. I'm getting kind of crazy here. But I feel like a lot of people have like, not a lot of people. Okay. It's there's a good amount of people who have like dirtbag qualities and will be able to like do whatever, say and do whatever they can to get a person or whatever they want. And you might even do to a degree as well. Everyone kind of does it to a degree.
You mean manipulation?
Yeah, everyone manipulates to a certain degree. Do you not see? We all learn as children, like the first thing we learn, and you've seen this on our own nieces and nephews, the first thing they learn to do is to say no and to manipulate you. Is it not?
Yeah,
It's almost inherent to our humanity to learn how to know how to manipulate people, or learn how to manipulate people. Like, how do you even teach someone to... Actually, no, you do teach children how to be manipulated because you're the first person to try and manipulate them. Maybe that's how they learn it. Actually, I just put that together. That's how they learn to manipulate you, because we initially, with babies and kids, we try to manipulate them to do what we want. So then they learn that from us initially, and then they start doing it to us.
Yeah, it's a learned behavior for sure. But okay, maybe everyone does have a little bit of that tendency, but and some obviously use it more for evil than they do, I guess. Like, some people control it better or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just, for some reason, I had this impression that like guys, it's not just like who they are. Yeah,
I'm
maybe.
I'm pulling back the curtains for you, man. I'm showing you. Guys are the same way.
So you're saying they're two-faced? They're fake?
Yeah.
Not that girls are
like that
too, but like I feel like girls will put in more effort to try and get a guy than guys do. Like, without being as direct. Like, guys have to put outward effort. Like, you have to like talk to somebody. Whereas a girl will put an effort into like how they look, maybe even how they act, the places that they go to. Like, their whole life changes just to get with someone. Whereas a guy, he's not going to change that much of his like who he is or how he dresses or how he looks even.
No, there are definitely guys.
I'm sure like there are some, but like for the majority, I mean, it's not something that's normal.
You know what? Yeah, maybe for that. But wait, are you saying that women do that?
Some. Like some girls are like, I'm just gonna be me, and if a guy likes me, he likes me.
But like everyone does that, because let's say someone asks you out on a date.
Yeah.
And when you first meet them, the guy's wearing like a jersey, shorts, and like, I don't know, a cap or whatever. But then when you get to the date, he's wearing like a collared shirt, dress pants, nice belt, that kind of thing. Like, is that manipulation? Because that's not who he is normally. Normally, he's just a guy wearing a jersey and a t-shirt and stuff, right?
It's not the same.
Is it not the same? Why?
Because
that's the example you're going for.
That's just like trying to put your best foot forward.
Yeah, but that's not who he is. But it shows you that they can be that person. Right? There's layers to this. This is like, a multi-layered cake right here.
It's an ongoing debate.
Yeah. But what I'm just trying to say is that, like, I will give you that it probably is just because of how society is currently set up that a majority of women settle, but I don't think that difference is very large. It may be like maybe 5-10% more.
What?
Yeah. You guys can let us know in the comments. Okay, we've been going back and forth about this for a long time.
We're gonna open up the conversation to you guys, because now, like, I don't know about the 5-10%, but you guys. You heard our arguments. Let us know what you guys think. Who do you guys think like side with more? Do you think that Amir agrees now that yes, more women will settle than men, but he doesn't think that the gap is as large as I was trying to make it sound like? So what do you guys think? Let us know.
Yes.
So we are actually going to stick to our word and keep this segment in. We may revamp it, as time goes on, but we got a really nice DM this week. I don't know if you saw it. On Instagram. I'm also going to read you the YouTube comments, but we got this one DM that I actually posted it on not my story specifically, but
Cousins Connection post story. Yeah.
Okay. And we get messages like this all the time, so I just want you guys to know like how much we actually appreciate it, and it means a lot to us. Like, this was such a nice message, but anyways, I'll read it to you. Salam, Cousin Connection. I just wanted to pop in and thank you guys for the incredible episodes that you've released this year. I genuinely couldn't function without them. I've always been on the edge of my toes, waiting patiently for episodes to be released every week. You guys can probably hear my smile. Every week, so I can binge listen to them while driving to university and any destination. I am currently in my second year of nursing, and I can say that you guys were a part of my nursing journey.
Oh yeah, we've been going for that long?
Mm-hmm. Whilst driving to classes and my clinical placements in the early mornings, playing your podcasts have a soothing effect on my heart and mental health. So to that I say, in all caps, thank you guys. I can't wait for next week's episode, and keep doing what you're doing. Love from Australia. Oh yeah, because I know for a fact our listeners from Australia, whenever we release our Thursday episodes, it's Friday morning for them.
Oh,
so
okay.
in the beginning, when we didn't always get our timing right,
yeah, they'd
be like,
"Where's the episode?
Where's the episode? I need it for my drive to work." I'm like, "Sorry, it's coming."
What's her name?
Maysoon.
Thank you, Maysoon. You know,
Yeah,
we're gonna keep trying to put these out for y'all, and bring up the quality, and also show love to those who are supporting just like you. Hopefully, our little heated conversation here will maybe make your drive to school a little bit better next week.
Aisha says, "I'm so happy that Amir finally saw a dentist." But also another on that topic. Someone said,
"What?
Can I just request that if Amir gets his wisdom teeth removed, for a video to be taken of him high on pain meds?"
Yeah, I want a viral moment.
I don't know if our pain meds are as strong as the ones in the States, though.
Yeah,
so
we don't get the crazy stuff they do. I wish we did.
I know.
Because honestly, I don't want to be awake, like I mentioned last week. So I still haven't booked it yet. So we'll figure out what's gonna happen then.
Just do it. Don't be scared.
What? No, I haven't booked it. I'm probably gonna book it.
Yeah. Someone also gave you advice and said you should make sure to take antibiotics before the surgery.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. I think
to avoid an infection and take all your teeth out at once. That's kind of scary.
Are you not supposed to take them all at once? All out at once?
Your wisdom teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do it all at once.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The recover time, like I did mine twice. So just do it once.
I'm just not looking for. Actually, I can just make a bunch of protein shakes. I can eat protein shakes, right?
Yeah, but you can't drink with a straw.
That's fine. I can just go like with my tumbler.
Yeah, but then like because your teeth have ruptured, like they're sticking out of your gums, right?
Yeah.
So when they take it out, you'll actually have a hole in your gums.
Yeah.
So you have to use like a syringe to
Won't
clean it out.
Won't they close it up?
The wisdom teeth?
Yeah. No, the hole.
Yeah, but like you mean like with stitching?
Like with stitching.
Yeah, but it's still like bloody and stuff, right? Like you have to have gauze in your mouth for like the first 24 hours or something like that.
So I'm not eating for the first 24 hours?
No, you can eat. You just. Like,
why can't I use a straw?
Oh, you can't because it'll like the
suction.
When you're trying to like suck from the straw, it could loosen your stitches.
Oh, really? Like just creating that pressure?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
And you end up swallowing all your blood. It's pretty nasty still, but
blood be tasting good sometimes. What?
What'd you say?
Nothing.
I heard that. Okay, I feel like this episode has reached
his penultimate point or his climax. No, we already went through the climax. I don't know what you call this part.
We've already met the pinnacle. Now we're in the descent.
Yeah.
So the rise and fall of Cousin Connection. I'm just kidding. There is no fall of Cousin Connection. All right, you guys know the drill. I don't know if you want to read any other comments, but
no. Last moment, of course. We just want to make sure that y'all pray for the people of Palestine, especially Gaza. A lot's been going on there. The ceasefire / truce or quote unquote ceasefire has ended, and unfortunately, of like Israel mentioned, or is not real mentioned, they just went straight back to bombing, and they're just going ham now. Now they're not even trying to feign that they're doing this to take out Hamas. They know what they're doing at this point. I think within the first 24 hours, they killed 1,000 people. So we just have to continue praying for them and make sure that they know that we're watching and that we'll never forget, because no matter what happens after this, like the cat is out of the bag. There's no covering what they've done. And as more and more people wake up to the situation, it will, in my eyes, I feel like it's not a matter of if Palestine will be free but when. Yeah. Or not. Yeah. Yeah. When will it be free? Because I feel like it can only progress at least in a I don't think there's any way they can cover this up to where
They can't
less
justify.
less people know about the situation, I feel like it can only increase in how many people know about the situation.
Yeah.
Like I don't think they can put out any piece of propaganda now where there won't be 1,000 people who take it apart and show how all of it is lies. Like before, where they used to be able to put out propaganda and like inoculate the masses.
Yeah, and I think like now more than ever, it's been over. It's almost about to. Actually, I think by the time we release it, it's going to be 2 months since the initial like real bombing kind of started on October 7th. Obviously,
October 9th, I think the bombing started.
Oh, it wasn't the 7th?
The 7th is when Hamas came into Israel, the occupied territories, and then I think like they retaliated 2 days later. I can't remember exactly, but I just remember something about October 9th, but
okay,
I might be mistaken.
But like almost 2 months since this has started, and I think for majority of people that don't know the history of Palestine and what the Israeli government has been doing to the Palestinian people, obviously I think majority of people now know that it's actually been going on for about 75 years. But from what has been broadcasted on social media for the most part over the last 2 months now, a lot of the journalists that are in Palestine, the Palestinian journalists, are starting to lose all signs of hope. And a lot of them have been posting like goodbye messages and stuff on Instagram, which is very sad to see. And I think now more than ever, they need our dua and our uplifting energy. I think in their position where, you know, they're basically expecting to die any day. They don't even know if they're going to make it. You know what I mean? So I think that we just have to really do our best to keep them in our dua, and just remember that Allah knows best and is the most just, and justice will come to those that deserve it. So yeah.
So yeah, we'll leave that with y'all. Majority already know what it is about, you know, Free Palestine. But until then, we'll see y'all in a couple weeks, maybe.
Disclaimer: if you've made it this far in the episode, we're not going to have an episode next week.
Yeah, no episode next week. But, you know, we'll make up for it next week. Don't worry. We'll make up for it after that, okay?
And maybe, like, I should just come in here and do an episode by myself.
Yeah, she can do that. Solo episode. Or bring in a friend. Bring in a bat.
Nabat would never do. I need to find someone who would talk with me for an hour.
Find someone, okay?
Yeah.
Until then, we'll see y'all next week.
Bye.